Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Overlord, the Sacred Kingdom. And this is an anime film based off of the manga and anime series Overlord. And here we have director Naoyuki Ito, who directs this film, tells the story of Momonga, known as Sorcerer King Ains rallies the Sorcerer Kingdom and its undead army to join the fight alongside the Sacred Kingdom and the Slane Theocracy in hopes to defeat the Demon Emperor Jaldabaoth. And this film is a big 2-hour, 15-minute fantasy epic that has plenty of action, plenty of battles, crazy creatures all over the place. And this film obviously is a continuation of this world, and coming in new, you can figure things out decently well. Obviously, you would have a lot more background if you watch the series and all of that. And even to the point where, like, you get to the very end of the film and it still leaves it open-ended, like, hey, we got more for you, and it's probably going to lead into another season of the series or another film. But for what we have in front of us, I feel like Momonga is a fun protagonist. It has an interesting concept, this idea of a player being pulled into this game, and obviously that's not new at this point in 2024 when this film came out, but it's still an interesting concept, and then being fully enveloped into this world and becoming such a significant piece, teaming up with the Sorcerer King, who is such a cool character, this giant skeletal sorcerer who has such an awesome character design, really awesome armor. I like their dynamic, and you have big action set pieces. There's a huge siege of a castle with all of these crazy fantasy creatures. And this film's world building is one of its biggest strengths because there's so many different types of fantasy elements, fantasy creatures, and characters that it pulls into this. It does feel like at times a little too generic-y fantasy for my taste, where maybe it doesn't have enough of its own identity instead of just pulling on a lot of familiar elements. But I do feel like it carries the weight of the stories that came before it, and you can feel that progression. This conflict is intense. It is important. It carries weight. The film honestly moves pretty well for a 135-minute film. There's a lot of characters and trying to balance all of that, but the visuals and the action keep it going because the animation here is incredible. It has such a great look to it, how it uses lighting throughout the film, and all these character designs, the richness of the colors and how they're brought to life. And it's such a thrilling and engrossing experience. I'm not saying this is the freshest, most dynamic animated fantasy epic, but it does enough of those epic elements so well, from the action, the blood, the guts, the battling, the world building, that it's interesting and can pull you right into this world. And we understand who's good, who's bad, with some twists along the way, and, you know, who we can trust or not. But it's a film where we have some protagonists who we can buy into, get behind, and go on this epic journey with them, and realize it's like, hey, there's evil in front of us, and get behind the fight to try to protect this kingdom for sure. But those are my thoughts on Overlord, the Sacred Kingdom. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you, as always, for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.